Hakuna Matata. Hakmalahan al-Aziz. Hakuna Matata.
Erme Madeliris.
Sabe, sabe.
Okay, that's enough. We gotta get to Al Jazeera. Okay.
Too much fun making these videos.
All right.
So basically, this is about Al Jazeera and U.S. war coverage.
Okay, so basically, Al Jazeera was the only source to bring news to America and the world, and they did this by showing images of how cruel the Taliban was. The Taliban kicked out BBC, so only Al Jazeera was left, and this is kind of controversial because you think an Arab network would want to show good things about Arabs, but they actually said, Al Jazeera said, we want to be a balanced network, so they showed both sides.
Okay, and then there was Dan Rather, who worked for CBS 60 Minutes, and he basically said that Al Jazeera is the best thing that happened to the Arab world, and he also questioned if Osama was actually funding Al Jazeera because they presented footage of him in their network.
Yeah, this was a huge turnaround because, he said two different things. Now, CNN had an agreement with Al Jazeera. The agreement stated that only Al Jazeera could be the source on the ground. Fox News said, fuck you. They breached it. And they actually did that because they want to show that, they were there. They had air superiority. And they stole images from CNN. Just to show you how the coverage was like. When U.S. accidentally dropped a bomb, and killed lots of innocent women and children, Al Jazeera showed 3 dead babies, while CNN showed amount of images of rebels. Sorry. Same event, different frame. We learned all about that stuff. CNN, when they covered the war, in 1990 to 91, before Al Jazeera was there, the result was that it was a justified war.
Okay, and there's a whole notion of breaking 3 taboos.
This is what Al Jazeera did.
Yeah, so the number 1 is called the naked face. Okay, Al Jazeera basically shows faces of U.S. soldiers while they're dead, obviously. Number 2, Al Jazeera forced the images. Basically, instead of images coming from the West, Al Jazeera was the source of these pictures, and it was equal distribution of power. And number 3, families were actually exposed to events through the media. For example, do you guys remember the example with Shoshana Johnson, where her mom, Shoshana Johnson was a prisoner of war, and her mom actually found out through Al Jazeera coverage that she died.
She was kidnapped.
That she was kidnapped.
Right. So, Talazan said that Al Jazeera narrows down the horizon of debate. Now, you think that because another non-Western news network was there, it would expand our perspectives. But Al Jazeera actually distorts many of its images, so America is always suspicious of them and would never bring them to a debate. Basically, everything that Al Jazeera touches, even if it's true, is contaminated. You'll never see critical images of the U.S. media from a non-Western source. It always comes, the access is only for Western media.
And back to my other point, I just made sure in my notes, Shoshana Johnson, she was kidnapped. She was killed. She wasn't kidnapped.
She was kidnapped first.
Okay, she was killed and she was kidnapped.
Okay.
So we're both right. Okay, so Al Jazeera basically had an effect, and they caused the U.S. to feel like they have to go back to Cold War mode. Basically, what that means is that the U.S. needs to censor and defend their own agenda, and each international news network promotes their own agenda.
And to sum this up, this wasn't an information war. It wasn't an information war. It was an information exchange. Basically, Talazan said there'll never be an international media network. And to sum this off, just like Talazan said in class, globalization is a myth, and so is international communication. Thanks for joining us. See you later. Quotes my goats. Bye.